Police say a 49-year-old man has died on Friday as a result of a collision involving multiple vehicles on Highway 11 in Orillia, Ontario, that sent several others to the hospital and forced major road closures. Intense snow squalls created whiteout conditions Friday morning along the stretch of highway just north of Barrie. Ontario Provincial Police, OPP, closed the northbound lanes of Highway 11 from Highway 400 to Coldwater Road and southbound lanes from County Road 169 to Line 15 in Oro-Medonte due to a multi-vehicle collision in the southbound lanes near Old Barrie Road. This is going to be closed for the foreseeable future as we continue to do snow removal, clean up from the collision, and we continue our investigation, stated OPP Acting Sergeant Jake Daines in a video posted to social media. Additionally, police closed Line 15, north from Highway 11, to Old Barrie Road from Line 15, north to Memorial Avenue in Orillia, and Memorial Avenue from Highway 12 to Highway 11. Police also closed University Road in Orillia from Old Barrie Road to Diana Drive. By Friday evening, Provincial Police reported its traffic incident team had cleared the scene, and the removal of vehicles abandoned along the highway had begun, but noted it would be a lengthy process. The OPP are working as fast as possible to reopen Highway 11, but due to the collision there is currently debris on the roadway that needs to be cleaned up prior to reopening, Daines posted on social media shortly after 7 p.m. Shortly after 11 p.m. on Friday, Provincial Police reopened the highway in both directions, along with all the side roads. Simcoe County paramedics told CTV News Barrie nearly a dozen people had been transported to Orillia Soldiers Memorial Hospital with varying injuries. The city of Orillia pitched in to help those who were stranded on the highway. Orillia Transit has been deployed to assist in keeping individuals warm and off the highway, as well as transporting those affected to city facilities, the city explained in an email. Those involved in the Highway 11 collision were transported to Rotary Place at 100 University Avenue in Orillia, which is being used as a temporary warming center. Orillia resident Kyle Zerato told CTV News Barrie he was heading south on Highway 11 around 9 a.m. in whiteout conditions when a tractor-trailer, unable to slow in time, rammed into several cars in front of him. Zerato said the blowing snow made it nearly impossible to see what was ahead when he was involved in a second collision. He said it's difficult to say how many vehicles were involved, adding he was stuck on the highway for 3 hours. Zerato described seeing emergency crews run down the highway with stretchers through the whipping winds because their vehicles couldn't reach everyone. Leaving his car on the highway, Zerato was eventually taken to safety with a busload of others. He said a plow created a path for 2 city buses to help relocate those stuck on the highway. Motorists are advised to avoid the area and allow space for emergency vehicles. Police said there are higher than usual volumes of traffic along side roads as motorists are rerouted off the highway. If you are using maps on your phone, it will take you to alternative routes and roadways. Please be aware that those roadways are also backed up and slow due to the excessive amount of traffic that is in the area, Daines said Friday afternoon.
Tow trucks are in.
Police strongly recommend staying home if travel isn't essential to avoid unnecessary risks, and urge motorists involved in collisions to remain in their vehicles.
Need to be moved.
Do not get out of your vehicle because you could potentially get injured, Daines added. A snow squall warning was issued Friday for Orillia and surrounding areas. Up to 40 centimeters of snowfall has already accumulated across the city.
Maybe 1 or 2 hours.
Near zero visibility and local blowing snow are anticipated throughout the day, but is expected to ease by the evening hours.
Both directions.
While many parts of southern Ontario have been hit hard by snow squalls this winter, others have barely seen any accumulation.
Hours, but it's not looking good.
The snowbelt regions east of Lake Huron and Georgian Bay have faced relentless lake effect snow, while areas like deep southwestern Ontario, the Golden Horseshoe, and southeastern Ontario have largely remained outside the squall zones. This winter has been dominated by localized snow squalls rather than widespread storms. The extreme cold throughout January kept the storm track well south of the Great Lakes, shielding much of the region from major systems. Aside from the occasional Alberta clipper, it's been relatively quiet. But that's about to change as we shift into a more active storm track that places southern Ontario directly in its path. A moderately strong snowy system is on track to bring steady, accumulating snowfall across a wider area, including the GTA, one of the least snowy regions so far this season. Snow is expected to begin Saturday afternoon, with the heaviest accumulation occurring Saturday evening. In fact, this system could bring Toronto its largest one-day snowfall of the season. The city's current highest daily total sits at just 6.6 centimeters, recorded in early December. But with this storm, a widespread 10 to 15 centimeters of snow is looking increasingly likely, with some areas west of Lake Ontario possibly approaching 20 centimeters due to lake enhancement. The first snow bands will push into southern Ontario from the west by mid-afternoon Saturday, with flurries likely developing east of Lake Huron between 2 to 4 p.m. before spreading into the GTA around the dinner hour. At first, the snowfall will be light, but intensity will gradually increase through the late afternoon and early evening as stronger snow bands move in. Windsor and Chatham could see some mixed precipitation, with a chance of freezing rain or drizzle before switching over to snow.
On the side of our house.
By early evening, snowfall will expand across most of southern Ontario, bringing steady accumulation. The heaviest snow is expected west of Lake Ontario, stretching into Kitchener and Goderich, where snowfall rates could reach 1 to 2 centimeters per hour. Winds gusting 40 to 50 kilometers per hour along the Lake Erie shoreline Saturday evening may not be extreme, but they could still create minor blowing snow when combined with the steady snowfall, making travel conditions tricky.
Fix my waist.
Snow will continue falling through the evening, gradually spreading toward eastern Ontario. While Ottawa might see some light snow, accumulation should remain minimal. The heaviest snow in eastern Ontario will focus along the Lake Ontario shoreline, including Belleville and Kingston. As we approach midnight, snow will begin tapering off from west to east, with Lake Huron regions clearing out first. For the GTA, heavier snow may persist a few hours past midnight before gradually weakening. By early Sunday morning, the system will have moved out of most of southern Ontario, with only lingering light snow possible in eastern Ontario. Recent model trends suggest a stronger system than initially expected, though there remains some uncertainty. Forecasts have bounced between 5 to 10 centimeters and 15 to 25 centimeters in different model runs.
Here we are in Orillia, Ontario.
The current consensus suggests a general 10 to 15 centimeters corridor extending from Lake Huron through Kitchener, the Golden Horseshoe, and into the Kingston area, with localized pockets nearing 20 centimeters. For areas further north, including Simcoe County, Kawartha Lakes, and Brockville, as well as Sarnia and London, 5 to 10 centimeters of snow is expected. The least snowfall will be in the Ottawa Valley, where less than 5 centimeters is likely. Deep southwestern Ontario, including Windsor and Chatham, will see the lowest totals, with 2 to 5 centimeters possible, along with the risk of freezing rain. This will be one of the most widespread snowfalls of the season, especially for regions that have barely seen measurable snow this winter. Stay tuned for further updates as the system approaches.